fascia itself is made of collagen fibers, elastin, and some extracellular matrix. There's a whole bunch of things that people may or may not know, but that's the science really behind it. But when the egg and sperm come together, fascia is formed. So your shape right now is because of fascia. And my shape is because of fascia, so it gives us really structure. It holds everything in place.
I gotta thank fascia for making me look so good, there.
That's right. Exactly, and and your genetics. So yes, so really, fascia protects the body. It connects everything, and it communicates. So it communicates faster to the brain than the nervous system. So the nervous system goes through synapses, whereas the fascia actually attaches to the brain. So it's one system that when you really create a thought, changes fascia. When you touch your skin, you touch fascia. So really any treatment indirectly affects fascia. So there's indirect and direct work. So I can go more into the science if you'd like, or more of the function.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the ways that you hear about fascia and how it helps with athletes. Now, I think my first interaction with the word fascia was myofascial release, foam rolling, things of that nature. You always hear about that. So as far as sports is concerned, talk about how fascia therapy works with some of the athletes that you've seen and how it helps them, be able to compete at a high level.
So we'll do that. We'll come back to that. So we're going to talk about myofascial release. So myo means muscle and fascia is fascia. So fascia actually surrounds muscle externally, but it also holds it in suspension. So the ability of a muscle to contract depends on really the space in the fascia. So if the fascia is compressed over a muscle, the ability to contract and relax is reduced. So that reduces power. So that's how it can affect athletes, and it can affect how far you jump, how far you throw, your power, speed. Because if your fascia, again, which changes to what you do the most. So if you're sitting all day like students are, and people who are at the computer or on your iPhone, and like right now, I have my computer up because I want to be looking like my eyes level into the screen. Looking down is really not great, one, for your fascia, because we're doing that all day long. We're looking down, which now I'm seeing 8 and 10-year-olds with dower humps that really usually don't occur until people are 60.
Wow.
So thickening of fascia here is occurring to support your spine, which then again affects circulation to the brain, affects your posture, and then eventually people are like this, heads forward, and when your head's forward like that, your power is reduced. So that does affect also to athletes, because if in golf my head's forward and I go and swing, you see how there's like less space?
Right.
No space, no power. So it's physics. And it's also with throwing. If my head's here already and I'm doing this, it takes more effort.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the No Referees Podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening to this show, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on social media at No Referees Pod. Till the next episode, we out.